Hello and welcome to this tutorial. In this tutorial we will be focusing on the Backus Naur form. Now the Backus Naur form is used to define the grammar of a programming language. Now its intention is to be context free. So in other words, it doesn't apply the rules of C++ or C# or Java or Python or any of the other languages. Its whole idea is to define what is included in a language and what is not. So let's explore that and let's try and get to grips with the basic elements of the Backus Naur form. So to start with, a major rule that we need to understand, or a major component that we need to understand, is the use of this symbol here, colon colon followed by an equal sign. Now that stands for, is defined by, or consists of. So for example, if we think of a smartphone consists of a touchscreen, a speaker, a microphone and a range of other items. All of those items together would define what a smartphone is. Now, so how do we go further than that? Well, let's have a little look at the notation and how it's applied. Well, a smartphone consists of, and there's the symbol, or is defined by, a touchscreen and a speaker and a microphone. So already what I'm saying is, right, smartphone means touchscreen and speaker and microphone. But let's have a look at a slightly more formal way of putting that, because this is a form of notation that is generally accepted and generally used. So if I want to use this is defined by or consists of symbol, what I need to do is enclose my syntactic elements, yes, my items if you like, within chevrons. So smartphone has a chevron either side, and then the items that comprise a smartphone or consist of a smartphone or defined by a smartphone have a chevron either side as well. And you notice that the and is defined by quotation mark, comma, quotation mark. So if I read this line through, this says a smartphone is defined by a touchscreen and a speaker and a microphone. Okay, so now we're starting to get somewhere. So we've defined, or we've looked at two elements. The is defined by or consists of symbol, and the includes symbol. So let's have a little further look. So there's another symbol that we need to look at, which is the OR symbol. Now the OR symbol is just a straight line. Depending on your keyboard, that might be Shift and then the key next to the Z on a Windows machine, on an iOS machine or an Apple machine. That is quite likely to be on the right hand side near the return key. But the straight line stands for OR. Let's have a look at an example of this. So we've got an example here. So a smartphone element is defined by a touchscreen and a speaker and a microphone, as we know. But a smartphone will also potentially have a mini USB or an Apple port. Now if it's a iPhone 5, let's say, or an iPhone 6, then it will have an Apple port. If it's a non-Apple smartphone, then the chances are it will have a form of mini USB. So we use the vertical line to define the OR. Yeah. Now all smartphones that I know either have a mini USB port or have an Apple port, because they need to charge and they need to communicate, of course. So we now have three symbols. We have the is defined by symbol, the includes the element symbol, and the OR symbol. So let's have a look, see what further we need. Well, in some cases a smartphone might have some optional items. Now to define an optional item we use the curly brackets or the braces. Let's see how that works in practice. If I just highlight the example, So a smartphone is defined by a touchscreen and a speaker and a microphone and a mini USB or an Apple port, and it may have a micro SD slot. Now, it may not have, not all smartphones do. Now, the curly brackets say that that is optional. Yeah, so it may have none, null, N-U-L-L, or one, or if it's a super smartphone, it might have many micro SD slots. Okay, so let's see what we have here. So if I just highlight the rest of this tutorial. So our mandatory notation, colon colon followed by the equal sign, means defined by or consists of. Two chevrons, either side, left and right chevron, is used to state a required syntactic item. For example, smartphone consists of a required item, a touchscreen, a speaker, a microphone, and so on. The vertical line is used to denote an or. Yeah, so in this example here, our smartphone will either have a mini USB or an Apple port, and the braces, or the curly brackets, are used to state an optional syntactic item. Thank you very much for viewing and listening to this tutorial on what the Backus Naur form consists of. Thank you.